Louis Vuitton's story is a remarkable one that begins in the small French village of Angers. Born in 1821, Louis grew up on his family's farm, where he worked tirelessly from a young age to help provide for his family. Despite the lack of electricity and running water, Louis's parents, Xavier and Caron, did what they could to supplement the family's income. Xavier was a miller and farmer, while Caron made hats. Unfortunately, when Louis was just 10 years old, tragedy struck the family. His mother passed away, leaving behind a grieving family struggling to make it. Louis's father remarried soon after, but his new stepmother was controlling and manipulative, leading to frequent arguments between them. Despite the challenges he faced, Louis persisted in his pursuit of a better life. The nearest school was 6 miles away, so Louis likely worked full-time on the family farm without receiving any formal education. Nevertheless, he had a burning desire to see the world beyond Angers. In 1835, Louis set out on foot from his small village to make his way to Paris, the city that would become his home and the birthplace of the iconic Louis Vuitton brand. His journey was a remarkable one, founded by endurance and determination. He walked all the way, 292 miles, facing numerous challenges, including financial hardship and the difficulty of finding shelter to proceed to Paris. Despite the many obstacles, Louis persisted in his journey and picked up a variety of skills through his odd jobs, including working with metal, stone, fabric, and wood. Finally, in 1837, Louis arrived in Paris, a city that was vastly different from the rural life he had left behind. It was here that he would begin his career as a trunk maker, and where his passion for creating beautiful and functional luggage would soon lead to the establishment of the Louis Vuitton brand. Shortly after arriving in Paris, Louis landed a job as an apprentice box maker and packer. This involved creating custom-sized boxes and packing and unpacking clients' belongings for their travels. This position provided him with an opportunity to meet many high-class people who needed custom-made luggage. Louis worked hard and learned the trade for several years. His dedication paid off when the Empress of France became his client in 1851. She was impressed with his excellent craftsmanship and appointed him as her personal box maker and packer. This was a significant accomplishment in the career of a box maker, as Louis had now landed a prestigious job amongst the royalty. Despite this achievement, Louis had a grander vision for his future. After marrying at the age of 33, he used his savings to start his own business, opening a box-making workshop in Paris to sell his own products. He had observed a significant flaw in the luggage of the time. The leather boxes had rounded dome-shaped tops so rain would run down. But that also made them impossible to stack. Packagers had to carry the boxes one by one, which was inefficient and a lot of work. Louis began experimenting with different materials and discovered that cotton canvas was lightweight, durable, and water-resistant, which is ideal for travel. On top, it allowed for trunks with flat tops because of the fabric being water-resistant. Louis knew he struck gold with his observation. The innovative design of Louis's new suitcase not only revolutionized the luggage industry, but also made it more efficient. Because of the flat top, it was now possible to stack multiple trunks on top of each other, saving valuable space during packing and transportation. This feature also allowed packers to handle multiple trunks at the same time, increasing productivity and decreasing labor costs. The success of Louis's new line of luggage was immediate and widespread. As a testament to his business acumen, he created a catalog so customers could easily browse his product line and place orders from the comfort of their own homes. The convenience of the catalog combined with the quality and elegance of the products helped establish Louis Vuitton as a must-have brand amongst the wealthy. As the brand gained more popularity, Louis started receiving orders from all over the world, including from royalty in faraway lands like Egypt. The demand for his products was so high that in 1859, he was able to expand his business and hire a team of skilled craftsmen to help him fulfill the orders. A new workshop was opened outside of Paris, and 20 employees were brought on board to join Louis in his pursuit of excellence. During this time, the emergence of train and boat travel became more and more popular, resulting in a surge of potential customers for Louis Vuitton's high-quality luggage. Traveling was no longer just a pastime, but a necessity for the wealthy from all walks of life. It appeared that Louis had secured his success for the foreseeable future. Regrettably, fate had other plans for Louis Vuitton. In 1870, when Louis was 49 years old, the Franco-Prussian War erupted, causing him to flee his home and take refuge in a cramped shelter with countless others. The scarcity of food supplies and fear for his life added to the already challenging situation. After the war ended in 1871 and Louis was finally able to return to his workshop, he discovered that everything he had worked so hard for had been destroyed. The windows had been shattered, the equipment stolen, and he had lost everything else in there too. Despite the devastating loss he suffered, Louis Vuitton was determined to rebuild his business and make it even better than before. Using his savings, he opened a new shop in a more affluent area of the city, taking advantage of the abundance of vacant shops due to the war. This location was ideal, as it was located right next to the railway station and Grand Hotel, making it convenient for travelers in need of new luggage. In 1872, Louis unveiled his latest creation, a beige canvas luggage with stripes that was both stylish and functional. The design became an instant hit, with people eager to show off the modern style. Although other brands attempted to imitate his design, Louis Vuitton's reputation for producing high-quality, durable bags remained unrivaled, making his products the preferred choice for customers over the next 2 decades. Louis continued to work at his Paris shop until his death at the age of 70, leaving his legacy in the capable hands of his son George, who took over the family business. The history of Louis Vuitton is filled with innovations that transformed the world of travel. In 1885, Louis Vuitton created one of the most legendary pieces of luggage in history, the foldable bed trunk. Designed for explorers traveling to Africa, this innovative trunk was a game-changer for the time. With a fold-out bed frame, mosquito netting, and ample storage space, it allowed travelers to enjoy a good night's sleep in the wild without worrying about insects or other dangers. The bed trunk quickly became a favorite among adventurers and royalty alike, who appreciated its blend of form and function. Today, this iconic piece of luggage remains a testament to Louis Vuitton's enduring legacy of innovation and style. But there is more. Just 1 year later, they invented again. This time, by making sure that travelers would manage to actually keep their treasures in the chest. Trust me, this is safe among them. Back in the day, travelers had to carry their essentials inside wardrobes and flat trunks, which were easy prey for thieves. Not anymore, as Georges and his father Louis invented a revolutionary locking system that turned travel trunks into impregnable treasure chests. They developed a lock system with 2 spring buckles that was so effective it inspired Georges to challenge the great Harry Houdini himself to escape from a Vuitton box and lock. Although Houdini never took him up on the offer, the Vuitton lock system remained unbeatable. In fact, it was such a good system that they still use it to this day. The fame of Louis Vuitton luggage not only attracted admiration but also counterfeiters. This led to a brilliant idea. In 1896, Georges Vuitton came up with the idea of the iconic Louis Vuitton monogram, a floral pattern with the famous L and V in honor of his father who passed away in 1892. He patented the pattern, which became an instant success and a symbol of luxury and exclusivity. However, to this day, Louis Vuitton is the most counterfeited luxury brand in the world, with fake LV products making up 50.9% of products found in the market in 2018. Despite this, the Louis Vuitton monogram remains a timeless symbol of luxury and sophistication. By 1913, Louis Vuitton had already made a name for itself as a leading brand in luxury traveling goods. In fact, it was already operating the largest traveling goods store in the world at that time. With its popularity and growing customer base, Louis Vuitton decided to expand its reach by opening stores in other countries. The iconic Alma bag was born out of a special request from none other than the legendary Coco Chanel herself. In 1925, she asked Louis Vuitton for a small-sized version of their popular Alma Voyage trunk to use as an everyday handbag. Vuitton quickly obliged and created the first Alma bag, which was exclusive to Chanel for a few years. However, the design was so successful that it was eventually added to the regular product line in the 1930s. With its sleek silhouette and signature double zip opening, the Alma bag quickly became a fashion icon and has been a beloved classic ever since. And this isn't the only custom order that led to a production item. The Louis Vuitton Speedy handbag is a beloved classic too. It all began when Audrey Hepburn requested a custom order of a miniature version of the Keep All travel bag. The Keep All was designed for the traveler on the go. Audrey, however, wanted something smaller that she could use as a day bag. The first Speedy was made in 1930. Because everyone wanted one, Hepburn's custom version became a regular production piece and a must-have accessory for fashionable women worldwide, and happens to be one of the brand's most iconic products ever. In 1936, Gaston Vuitton became the leader of the Louis Vuitton company after his father died. Unfortunately, World War II was just on the rise. The factory closed due to canceled contracts, and Gaston collaborated with Nazi Germany to save the business, because they would have closed or overtaken it otherwise. After researching the history of Louis Vuitton, the author Stephanie Bonvinci discovered that the collaboration enabled them to open a fancy shop in a famous hotel during the Nazi regime. Although Louis Vuitton felt bad about this part of their past, they said they had to work with the Nazis to keep the company going. After Gaston's passing in 1970, his son-in-law, Henri Racamier, took over the management of Louis Vuitton. As the fourth generation, Henri brought a wealth of business experience. After completing his business degree in Paris, Henri Racamier started his career in the steel industry and landed a job at Peugeot automotive factories in 1936. After gaining valuable experience, he founded his own company called Steinox in 1946. The company was later sold to Thyssen in 1977, and with the assets he gained through the sale, Henri Racamier took over the management of Louis Vuitton in the same year. This proved to be a wise decision, as he brought a wealth of business experience to the brand and elevated Louis Vuitton to heights they haven't seen before. Henri transformed Louis Vuitton from a family business to a successful corporation and shifted the business from wholesale to retail by expanding to Japan and increasing sales from $20 million to $260 million within 6 years. In 1984, Louis Vuitton became a public company, generating more money to open new stores. In 1987, the company reached over $1 billion in sales. With the success of the brand skyrocketing, the company made bold moves, opening the first luxury store in China at a time, when there were more bicycles on the street than cars. Remember, in 1992, China was still an emerging economy. In 1997, they also brought the creative genius of Marc Jacobs in, and with Jacobs leading the charge, Louis Vuitton's line of clothing and accessories expanded, and they started introducing items that would become wildly popular. Henri merged Louis Vuitton with Moet Hennessy to create a new luxury conglomerate called LVMH to expand the company. However, Henri and the president of Moet Hennessy did not get along. To help, Henri asked Bernard Arnault, a successful property developer, for assistance. Bernard secretly bought 43% of Louis Vuitton's shares, gaining more power in LVMH with the support of the Moet and Hennessy families. Henri was angry and sued Bernard, but the court favored Bernard. Angry about being betrayed, Henri quit working for Louis Vuitton, marking the first time in nearly 100 years that no one from the Vuitton family was involved with the company. After Bernard's takeover, sales of Louis Vuitton began to decline. Louis Vuitton's fortunes turned around when it collaborated with fashion designers during its 100th anniversary collection, including Vivienne Westwood and Isaac Mizrahi. Thanks to these efforts, customers once again began clamoring for Louis Vuitton products, and Bernard's investment in the brand paid off big time. He is now the CEO of LVMH and was officially named the richest man in the world by Forbes in 2023, with an estimated net worth of $195 billion. For the longest time, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk ranked for this title, but now there seems to be a change, and more people invest their money into luxury items instead of technology. While his position in the rankings may shift due to stock prices, he consistently ranks among the top 5 richest people in the world. Despite this, Bernard is the least known of the wealthiest people, as he prefers to remain out of the spotlight. It is known that Bernard Arnault has a ruthless reputation in business, earning him the nickname the Wolf in Cashmere. Through his many acquisitions and mergers, LVMH now boasts over 70 different luxury brands. The company still faces issues with copyright infringement and has a team of lawyers dedicated to finding and pursuing legal action against those who copy their logo. Despite losing a case against Google for search results and ads directing users to fake bags, the brand remains on the lookout. Despite the brand's success, counterfeiting remains a persistent issue, costing the company hundreds of millions of dollars in losses each year. Nevertheless, after 168 years in business, Louis Vuitton shows no signs of slowing down. With over 400 stores worldwide, Louis Vuitton remains the world's top fashion brand and is valued as a status symbol by many. On top of that, even after all these years of Louis Vuitton as a box maker for the royals, the quality and attention to detail of Louis Vuitton remains remarkable, especially for a now considered luxury fashion brand. Every new employee trains for over 18 months before they are allowed to create products on their own. At Louis Vuitton, every little detail on each bag is stitched, hammered, and hand-painted by top-tier craftsmen. Some pieces require up to 300 stages before they can finally be assembled. To this day, all Louis Vuitton bags are still made in France in workshops just outside of Paris. But it goes even further. Louis Vuitton bags are not delicate. The opposite is the case. They are durable, very durable. All handbags are fire and water resistant, and they have undergone several durability tests. The bags are dropped from a height of half a meter for 4 days straight, with a weight of 7.7 pounds inside. After that, the material undergoes bombardment of ultraviolet rays to ensure resistance to fading. It continues with the zippers being tugged open and shut around 5,000 times to ensure they work well while in the hands of a customer. And did you know that they still make the famous trunks they were known for when Louis himself created for the royals? This is still a very important part of the company and also their origin. Until today, anyone can order a customized trunk in any Louis Vuitton shop in the world. Prices starting at $6,000 for a non-customized case. It seems like anything is possible, and they will make it happen if money is given. In the Forbes, the world's most valuable brands list of 2020, Louis Vuitton has gone up significantly. In 2017, LV came in at number 20 while they managed to score number 9 in 2020, just 3 years later. In 2022, the Louis Vuitton brand was valued at approximately $23.4 billion. In comparison, the brand's valuation was $14.9 billion in 2021. So as you see, even today, Louis Vuitton is way more than a brand of luxury items. It is a brand that was started from nothing but a kid with a dream and a vision to make the best product possible. It is a brand with a great legacy and huge attention to detail and craftsmanship. Even though it has been commercialized extensively, the brand continues the legacy and fusion of timeless designs and groundbreaking functionality through their time. What is your opinion on Louis Vuitton? What are your favorite pieces of its collection? Make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, if you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you'd like to see more videos about luxury brands and their history, make sure to subscribe and visit our channel. Thank you for watching. We see you in the next one. Bye-bye.